This is William here, and today we're going to talk about paid versus free advertising. So, paid versus free advertising. Future revenue models for publishers dominated the discussion at the Silva and Phillips Dealmaker Summit in 2010. We believe in content, but we're struggling to monetize it, said Jeff Horing, Managing Director of Insight Venture Partners. It's not really an issue now, but it could be a problem in 5 years when we try to sell the business. Magazines remain a more attractive opportunity than newsletters. We would not invest in newspapers, said Richard Zanino, Managing Director of CCMP Capital Advisors, which owns Hanley Wood. With magazines, maybe. Newspapers have a fundamental issue where they don't deliver as much value as their alternatives. With magazines, that issue doesn't exist as long as they're targeted to an attractive niche market. Bloomberg Chief Content Officer Norman Pearlstein explained what Businessweek offers. Think of Businessweek as part of the whole Bloomberg ecosystem, he said. It starts with a terminal where people pay $20,000 per year, which offers access to news and data. Businessweek offers access to the executive suite. Pearlstein also expresses doubts about the viability of paywalls. In our experience, you can charge a lot of money for special information for an audience with a need for it, but for general interest, the value isn't there. If we take a look at this chart, you'll see that in terms of would consider paying, theatrical movies, music, games, and professionally produced video and magazines head the top of the list. So, um, and more importantly, they tend to have already paid. Making online advertising work. While nearly all the conference participants seem to agree that online display advertising doesn't hold much promise. Some participants said advertising could work if it's part of a more in-depth package. I would be scared to invest in creating content if the only way to get your money back is banner ads, said Matthew Bromberg, CEO of online startup Major League Gaming. However, our players pay to play, and we do multi-year sponsorships and branded content. Publishers shouldn't be afraid to ask more marketers. Bromberg added, people don't require enough from buyers. An advertiser will come in and say, we want to move the needle. Okay, to do that, you need to be on our site for a year and build a connection with our audience. Huffington Post CEO Eric Hypno said there is an opportunity in a merger between classic CPM-based advertising and social media. For the Olympics, marketers like HBC sponsor blogs and Twitter feeds for a fixed fee. The money being spent on Facebook is not coming from advertising budgets, but promotion and marketing budgets. So, a content and commerce hybrid. Others are looking to a combination of commerce and content. Content monetization with e-commerce is very interesting, said Horing. Today, if I have new content for moms, it's easier to white brand a store with that than trying to make money off something like Procter & Gamble advertising. There's too many middlemen trying to get a margin on that. Paid advertising. You don't really think that Google became the most popular website on the internet, getting millions of visitors per day by using free advertising strategies, do you? Heck no. Among other things, they spent millions of dollars per year on things like buying advertising on other big sites and advertising on both radio and television. Now look, now before you say you don't have millions per year to spend on advertising, let's look at how to apply these concepts to your business on a smaller scale. The good news is that if you use the right approach, you can start with a few dollars. It doesn't really matter what you're marketing, but let's assume that you sell widgets at your website. How can you utilize paid advertising profitably? Before you get the thought of having to spend lots and lots of money on advertising, there's something that you need to understand, which is the concept you should be able to immediately agree with. If you spend $50 on advertising and it generates more than $50 in net profits, that's a good investment. By use of the proper testing and scientific approach to your advertising, there's no reason you can't turn your original $50 ad into millions of dollars in profits. It's just a matter of developing a system that creates a profit and then reinvesting your initial profits back into your business in order to further expand your advertising. Remember the widgets. Assume that through proper tracking and use of analytics of your website, you're able to determine that 1 out of every 100 visitors to your site buys a widget. Let's assume that on the sale of every widget you make $50 profit. Do you see that any ad you buy which delivers more than 100 visitors to your site for $50 is spent as a profitable investment? Promoting a site should be approached with this type of scientific or mathematical attitude. Any advertising you do is either profitable or not. You need to know which it is so you can make the adjustment. Use a combination of low-cost strategies to promote your website. Generate initial traffic which will serve as a starting point. Through proper tracking of your site, determine the exact value of a visitor in terms of dollars and cents. This is absolutely critical. Utilize paid advertising that proves to be profitable according to step 2, based on the value of a visitor and the number of visitors generated. Through ongoing testing, tracking, and tweaking, try to increase the value of website visitor as well as your response to your advertising. The power of the scientific or mathematical approach to a website promotion is that once you have completed the steps, you will have an almost automated advertising campaign that can literally send you all the traffic you need. Rather than spending hours and hours each day promoting your site, you simply buy more advertising. The bottom line is that there are only 24 hours a day and there's only so much you can do during that time. Free advertising strategies can be effective, but normally, in anything that's free is going to cost you time. On the other hand, if you spend $1,000 a day on advertising to make $1,000 a day in profits without spending hours doing it, why wouldn't you? So it's not that hard at all. Consider GoToCom, for example, where you can buy click-throughs for as little as 1 to 25 cents. This fits the formula quite nicely. GoTo won't send you enough traffic to make you rich, but it's a good example of effectively promoting your site without spending much time doing it. There are lots of others. Give this 4-step scientific approach a try. If you find you just can't seem to make the formula work, there can also be a few reasons for it. Either you're not advertising in the right places, your website isn't doing its job, your profit margins are too low, or your product or service itself is the problem. Figure out which it is and correct it. In terms of free advertising, there are a number of ways to market using free advertising methods. I will list a few. One is to build web presence. If you already have a website or other online presence, you need to build one. This can be done for free through website building services such as Weebly, blogging platforms such as Blogger, or through social networking such as Facebook fan pages. Regardless of what method you use, create a site that gives consumers the information they're looking for with regularly updated information to keep them coming back. Optimize the site for search engines. Although you don't want to rely on search engines to bring in customers, you don't want to ignore the power of search engine ranking either. Basic search engine optimization includes coding your site so search engines can scan and rank your site, providing quality content regularly and building backlinks, sites that link to yours. When coding your site, use the title, keyword, and description tags in your header, as this helps search engines understand your site and rank it accordingly. Most website builders can help with this or use a free meta tag generator, such as the one at Scrub the Web. Backlinks can be built through link exchanges with or providing free articles to other sites. Write press releases and articles. One of the best ways to build your credibility as well as build backlinks to is through press releases and articles. Press releases provide newsworthy information about your business, such as launching a new product or service. It should be written like a news article, not an advertisement, and then submitted to the free press release services online. If your press release doesn't result in being contacted for an interview, it remains online where it will get indexed by search engines and be a source of backlinks. Writing articles to post on other websites also increases your web exposure and credibility. Website owners are always in need of good quality information and are willing to post your article for free. In return, you get exposure to the web owner's readership and links back to your website. Participate and network. Making direct connections with consumers has become more important in recent years. Consumers want to work with businesses they feel care and can help fulfill their needs. Participating in online discussion forums, commenting on blogs, and social networking are all ways you can share your expertise and build trust and relationships with consumers. When participating in these venues, don't post ads and offers. Instead, ask and answer questions, offer support, and connect with the other participants so once they know you, they will buy from you. Partner with another business. Joint ventures give you access to other business customers' database without having to pay for advertising. Joint ventures can work in a variety of ways as long as both partners benefit financially. One option is to give your partner a percentage of the profits made from sales from this database. Another option is to do an exchange in which you send your database his offer and he sends his database your offer. So this concludes the presentation on paid versus free advertising. This is William, and we'll see you the next time.